I would say accounts for 30 to 40% of our e-commerce sales. So I wanted to show you a little example of a campaign that Matt and I ran this week and what kind of results that campaign is resulting in. So when you look at these numbers right here, in the last 7 days, Matt and I, this is one email campaign, you guys. So this is why building an email list is so important. And the thing that you're going to realize over time is that you own that email list. So what was happening, 5-10 years ago with a lot of marketers is they had a lot of great online businesses that were being built, and a lot of those businesses crashed. And the unfortunate thing is most of them weren't building an email list. So literally when a lot of those internet businesses died, because they never built an email list, they couldn't just go start another business from scratch. So one thing I want you guys to continue to think about is you're building this email list for multiple reasons, okay? It's not just for physical products. You can promote other people's products. You can promote software. You can promote a lot of different things. So when you're thinking about building your Shopify store, and we talk about building wide and deep, there's a reason why we talk about that, okay? So understanding that
like network marketing,
you're essentially getting paid to build your list through offering products, okay? If you were to just go out there and let's say that you were a speaker and you did live videos on Facebook and your whole goal was to start to attract an audience so you could then sell them a piece of software, there's a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort that goes into building that list. Well, what we're doing is actually building our list off of products that we can sell and make money off of. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is when you're brand new into email marketing and brand new into something like Shopify and e-commerce, a lot of times, for instance, Matt and I, we launched a brand new business 60 days ago. That business is officially doing $1,000 a day on Shopify. And it literally, I think we're at what, Matt, day 58 with this business. So we've gotten that store to doing $1,000 a day. And of that $1,000 a day, about 40% is profit. So you guys can do the math on that. But the reason why I'm pointing this out is that the first 30 days with that business, we lost money. Okay. When it came down to, the amount of money that we were spending on advertising to kick the store off, we probably lost about $300 our first month. Now, where most people go wrong is they would quit at that point and say, "Oh, this e-commerce doesn't work." But see, what they don't realize is the stacking method that we're going to teach you guys to continue to bring people back into your storefront, utilizing newsletters, utilizing advertising, utilizing retargeting ads. You're continually bringing people back into this funnel, and it's why emails become so important. Not to mention, Matt and I build our email list not just to promote physical products, but we also promote things that we know pertaining to our list that these men and women would also like. So we're selling them a physical product, but we also think about software and other products that we can plug into our email list to actually promote and make income off of. So this particular email campaign, this was a retail campaign that we did that was just basically a catalog, kind of like we teach you guys in the course how to set up your email marketing for your Shopify store, that you can actually just plug in products from your store, and it looks on a mobile just like you're scrolling through a catalog. Okay, all major companies do this. Nike, for those of you guys who've heard of stuff like Jack Threads and some of these other retail clothing companies, it's exactly what they do, right? They promote their emails almost like a catalog newsletter. Now, this particular campaign brought in 141 orders. Now, this was over a 7-day period, as you guys can see here. And the campaign brought in $3,500 in a week, okay? And I want to remind you guys that once your email list gets to this point, this is almost free money, okay? We pay about $250 a month for Mailchimp because of the amount of emails that we have on this particular Mailchimp. So that's the only cost. Aside from that, it's just basically putting the newsletters together and sending them out so you can make income off of them. So one thing. Can I
also add in something like?
Yeah.
You don't. It starts at like $0 per month. It's based on the amount of people that are in your list. So you don't pay anything up front, which is great.
Right.
A lot of money. And then once you get to, I think it's 1,000, I think it goes to like 15 a month.
Yeah, it's 2,000. 2,000 contacts you guys on MailChimp. Cha-ching. Matt and I have a little game going on right now. That's our brand new store, you guys. So we just got a sale that came through. That's what the noise was. But so Matt and I are going to break down today, you guys, like how we actually go about building the campaign, but then email segmentation. So email segmentation is basically where you can segment your email list depending on male, female. You can segment it by if they were purchasers or not purchasers from your store. You can send emails to people who clicked on your email campaign versus those who didn't click on your campaign. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today. So yeah, that's kind of how I wanted to kick us off today. Thank you guys for being on with us. I know it's a Sunday, but we got a lot of fun information. And again, if you guys haven't yet, make sure that you have your Gmail set up for your business, because this next week when Matt and I get on and do our live training, we're actually going to walk everyone step by step on getting your store set up for Google, because we want to basically start helping you guys also advertise on Google. So Matt, the one thing that I did want to talk about today that some people might have questions about is the whole Facebook stuff that's going on with Mark Zuckerberg. And is that going to affect Facebook marketing? Is it going to affect these businesses, right? I think a lot of people might wonder that. First off, in case you guys didn't see, Facebook stock shot through the roof because of what's going on with Mark Zuckerberg.
It's shot like up?
Insane. Like
wow.
it went up by $10 a share basically. But here's why. You guys, most people don't even realize that Facebook is a marketing platform. Okay, first of all. Are changes taking place? Yes. Is Facebook getting a little bit more expensive to market on? Yes. And it will continue to if these larger businesses start to advertise on Facebook. But here's the thing. It works. I mean, there is no doubt about it. Facebook and Instagram in 2018 are going to be the largest marketing platforms that we have available to us. However, Google, on the other hand, what we're going to be showing you guys with Google is a phenomenal way to market. Matt and I are already seeing major success with advertising on Google. And we're going to break all that down for you guys as well. So just know that I don't think it's going to affect our businesses really at all, honestly. I think most people are actually in favor of Mark Zuckerberg at this point. But either way, the point of it is that even the people that are complaining about the whole Facebook thing, they're doing it while on Facebook. So the truth is they're still on there scrolling. Matt, would you say that our sales have slowed down at all?
No.
I'd actually say that they got better.
They're getting better.
So that's the thing, you guys, is don't even focus on that kind of stuff. Like, just focus on what's working. Basically, focus on your analytics. Keep on testing different products, different ways of advertising. Test Instagram, test Facebook, and once we actually teach you guys Google as well in this next week, start testing that. And that's where Matt and I have gotten to. Matt and one of our businesses just broke 2.5 million in sales in 18 months. And then this brand new business, you guys, is already on track to do $30,000 this month. And we started it 60 days ago. So again, the reason why we started a new business is we wanted to show you guys that it didn't have to be done 2 years ago. It's still being done today, and it can be done very well. So Matt, why don't you kind of jump into some stuff, and we'll cover exactly how we went through this campaign, you guys. So Matt, do you want to start by does anyone have any questions on have you guys, first of all, have you set up Mailchimp for Shopify? Have you been to that part of the course? Does anyone have any questions on connecting your Mailchimp account to Shopify before we kind of dive into the info? And Matt, I'll be monitoring questions for you as well.
All right, thanks. Yeah. Guess not. Okay, cool. No questions yet. All right. So first thing you're going to want to do definitely is you got to go into Shopify, go into go to the apps, and then download Mailchimp, and then connect your store. It's actually really, really simple. I don't think we really need to go through that.
No, and there's a training on it, you guys. If you haven't done that part yet, just go to the training, and it's just an app that connects to your store. So it's really, really simple to do once your Mailchimp account's set up.
Exactly. Yeah. And we use email marketing campaigns because what will happen is people will come to your store and they'll come in, and you could set it up, and Josh actually walks you through it to where their emails are, it's a box that's already checked, and they automatically get subscribed to your email lists, even if they don't buy. Okay. So there's going to be a variety of different campaigns that you're going to set up. So you'll have people that you drive traffic to your store, that go to your store, and they're looking around and they add a few things to their cart, but they don't end up purchasing. So the first type of email sequence that we like to set up are abandoned cart sequences. And so we'll be teaching you how to set up an abandoned cart sequence and how to actually catch business from people that abandon carts. They'll be subscribed to your email list. You know, things happen, they get busy. So there's incentives to purchase right away within the first, 1 to 2 days, strike while the iron's hot. And then there's ongoing campaigns that we send out, and who knows when they'll actually, say, oh, that's cool, and they end up actually buying. So email marketing and emails not only can actually capture business that you wouldn't have gotten in the first place, but it also can add to the average, let's say average dollars spent per customer, right? So like, let's say you actually get someone that buys, all right? You actually get someone that buys, they spend $20. Later down the road, you send them an email, they're like, oh, that's really, really cool. And they end up buying $100 worth of stuff, right? So now you've gotten them to spend $120. That customer is now worth $120 to you instead of just $20. So the average amount of money spent now increases with email marketing as well. So there's a whole bunch of different types of sequences, like the abandonment cart sequence. So write that down. You want to get your abandonment cart sequence set up. And then the next one you're going to want to set up is what I just kind of mentioned, someone buys, right? So a post.
Hey, Matt, just real quick.
What's up?
To touch on the abandonment cart sequence, you guys, the one thing that Matt has done that I wasn't doing, so this is kind of new, is that Matt actually set up a whole abandonment cart sequence inside of Mailchimp. So in the training, you guys are going to see me talk about the Conversio app and setting up your abandonment cart sequence through that app. They do charge a 10% fee off of sales that come through those retargeting or the abandonment cart sequence emails. So if you get sales from that, Conversio actually takes a fee off of that. Well, Matt, in fact, maybe I'll have Matt create a training for you guys to actually show you how to set up that abandonment cart sequence inside of Mailchimp, because that actually is something that I wasn't doing that Matt has basically set up, and I think it works really well. In fact, it works just the same, and not paying that percentage through that app anymore. So we'll set up a training for you guys to actually show you guys how we're doing that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So you don't need to spend, and on top of that, Conversio is $19 a month. So now that prevents you from having to do that. But there is actually an amazing app that I just discovered, and it's not only recovering much more higher percentage of abandoned carts. It's called Recart, and this is abandonment cart sequences through Facebook Messenger, which is just amazing because it's like an 80-90% open rate.
Yeah. So listen to what Matt's saying, you guys, and actually, if we can. I'm going to see if I can find that app right now, Matt, inside of the App Store. It's called Recart.
Yeah, Recart.
Okay.
And they do, you can do email marketing through Facebook Messenger, but also the abandonment carts, but also it sends emails as well. It captures their email address, which is a great one. But I think it's good to start with just
it's this one right here, right?
Mailchimp. That's it. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you guys, basically what's happening and how people are utilizing Facebook differently now is that they're utilizing Messenger a lot. So you're gonna start hearing things about bots and stuff like that. ways to interact with your customers via Messenger. And here's the thing about Messenger versus email, you guys. Email is super powerful, right? But if you look at the open rate on email, Matt and I are typically anywhere from like 5 to 10%, which is actually really high when it comes to open rates for emails. Now, if you look at Messenger on Facebook, the open rate, it's almost 100%. Like, you can literally if you can start collecting ways of actually interacting with customers on Facebook Messenger and actually doing a lot of your marketing through the Messenger app, you guys, Matt and I have seen like 1,000% increase on retargeting through Messenger, and our abandonment cart sequence through Messenger. Actually, the open rates and purchases coming from this particular app, because it lands in an inbox that gets almost 100% open rate. So it's why it's so effective. So we wanted to bring that to you guys and tell you that this is a new tool that we've been utilizing, and it's been working really, really well.
Amazing. Yeah. When I first started, I think I got one abandonment cart that I recovered out of like 6 months. And then with now, it's like I got like 6 of them, 7 of them in one day. And like the first half of the day.
And I think that this app, Matt, isn't it, aren't they owned by Wheelio?
I'm not sure. It does recommend Wheelio, so I think it might actually be the same one. You're right. It's just an amazing app.
Yeah, so Wheelio, you guys, is the little spin wheel that collects emails and offers people a discount. It's another app that, in fact, if I got in and showed you, I've collected 26,000 emails over the last 6 months using it's a little game that basically allows customers to spin. In fact, it's this thing right here. See this little recart demo thing right here with this wheel? But see how it has this little checkbox that says send to Messenger? So what happens is somebody puts their email in and clicks send, but they then get a message in their Facebook, and you're now attached to their Facebook Messenger, you guys. And it's powerful because everyone that starts getting involved with your Messenger on your Facebook fan page, you can send them deals directly to their Facebook Messenger. So and again, the open rate is insane. So definitely, I think Wheelio is like $14. And when you look at the amount of emails that I'm collecting on a monthly basis that Matt and I are collecting, it's ridiculous what the return is on this, because if you get one sale, it pays for itself. So
wow. And I just noticed that Wheelio had a thing that says send a mess. It had the automatic check mark. So
yeah.
Now the thing is with that, I had to actually apply for it, and Facebook approved me. So I don't think everyone comes automatically approved for it. I think initially it's not check marked. You have to send in for approval, and then they have to approve you.
Yeah.
They're
doing some vetting, but that's a good thing, you guys. That's actually a really good thing, because it means that the less shitty businesses that end up on Facebook, the better. And we want you guys to be top notch. So that's
Absolutely.
why it's so important.
So there's abandonment carts, and we're going to go into a little bit of each one of them. Where there's abandonment carts for people that abandon, and then there's people that purchase from your site. You want to make sure that you have a post-purchase email sequence where, like, afterwards you thank them. You let them know for sure that it's going to take 8 to 16 days, and then you give them a discount to shop within the next 30 days. And you'll send them a series of emails over the next month. And then you have, on top of that, you have a welcome series email, which are for people that didn't purchase, okay? Now, you offer them certain discounts on these emails, and we'll go into it. That will be a little bit higher than the initial ones, okay?
Hey man, do you want to just cover those first 3 that you just said again real quick?
Yeah, no, I will. And there's one more. I just wanted to go over all of them, and then we'll go into each one.
Yeah, that's why. I'm trying to just write these out so everybody can actually.
Okay, gotcha. So abandonment cart.
Okay.
And then ABA, is it?
Don't mind me, y'all.
And then you have post-purchase. And then you have your welcome series email, which is for people that didn't purchase, but they're subscribed to your email list. And then one of the best ones that I found, actually, that get the most sales are people that have purchased but haven't returned to your site in 3 to 4 months. Because they've actually bought, like, think about it. Someone that actually bought, they pulled out their credit card, they input their information, they trusted your website, they bought a product from your website, okay? So they actually like your stuff. So if you send them an email 3 to 4 months later and say, hey, we miss you, and offer them a little bit of a discount, you're gonna get people that come back to your store. And through Mailchimp, you could segment this. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today, is segmenting, how to actually group people, you know, like people that have, you can have people that have purchased specific items that you send, they only get the email. People that have not viewed your newsletters, you can send it to people that have viewed it, people that haven't purchased, people that have purchased, people that have only purchased magazines if you sell magazines. But let's say you also sell paper, they haven't bought paper, I don't know. So you could pretty much segment anything. So I think that's what we'll go into now. Or do you want to, and then there's the newsletter, okay, what Josh talked about, which is basically, essentially it's a catalog of all your products. And so what I just went over right now, these are all automated, okay? So you set it, meaning you set it up once, and it'll automatically send it out to people that you choose, okay? And so it's on autopilot. You don't have to do anything with it. It automatically gets sent out every single week to whoever you choose. Now, the newsletter is a little bit different. The newsletter, which is a catalog of all your products, you send out on a weekly basis. So Josh talks about it in his training. So let's say Monday he sends out his first newsletter, okay? Then on Wednesday, what he'll do is he'll do a resend of the newsletter, but with segmentation, he'll only send it to people that did not open the initial one. And you could actually see that in Mailchimp. Then on Friday, he'll do a third resend to people that have not opened any of the previous two. And then same on Saturday or Sunday to people that didn't open. And then you do it, and you just repeat, but you change the products up. You keep the same format, but you change the products up a little bit. And this is a great way to test your products, by the way. So we always talk about test, right? Always be testing, always be to ABT, right? You can test new products on your email list, so you can see what's going to be popular. All right, and weekends are great. Exact flash sale. So,
and the other thing too, Matt, that we want to touch on, you guys, is there's a lot of studies that show like what time people are actually opening these emails. Definitely mornings, you know, are great, like 8, 9 p.m. And evenings as well. Or, you know, right around midday, which is like lunchtime. So you've got all these options basically to schedule these emails. You know, if you decide to do a newsletter and you finish that newsletter, look, it's exciting to want to get it out, but it's smarter to schedule it during a time where you're going to get the most open rates. So that's something to definitely be thinking about, is sending the email at a time that will achieve a high open rate.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So definitely stuff to be thinking about when you're actually sending these emails, is scheduling them out.
Exactly. Can you see my screen, Josh?
I cannot. I think you can see mine.
Let me go and share my screen real quick. Let's see, share screen. I'll go to desktop. Can you see it now?
Yep.
And by the way, Josh, I just realized this, but Zoom has dual screen. We can share our screens at the same time.
Oh.
So I think if you share, I think whoever's Richard can see both of our screens, which is kind of
cool.
All right. So you can see my screen now. So what I'm going to do is kind of just take you through what to actually do. It's a brand new store. So what you first do is you go here to campaigns, guys. So This is how you're going to set up every single one of your campaigns. So we'll do the newsletter right now. I'm not going to do we can do the abandonment cart, but let's do first find a campaign. Oh, I don't even have a list. I don't know if I can do it without a list.
Well, why don't we talk about creating a list real quick, since since most
what I could do is, you said I can pause share. Oh, okay, cool. Let me just go into the other. I'll go into the other account, but I'm going to pause my share right now. And you talk about building a list, okay, Josh?
All right. So you guys, essentially, what your list is if you have different things that you're going to be actually marketing, right? So like if you've got more than one Shopify store like Matt and I do, you set up a separate list per group that you're going to actually be emailing. So if you've got a tennis website and let's say an outdoor kayak website, then your lists are obviously going to be pertaining to different types of people. So when you go in and actually set up your lists, it's essentially just setting up like a group, right? So a group of people that you want to market specific products to. So you've got your campaigns, you've got your list, you've got reporting, which is actually going to show every bit of your analytics for your emails, so you can actually see. The other thing is the reporting is something, analytics, you guys, is your friend. So anywhere that you can set up analytics on your site, whether it be through email, Google Analytics, Facebook Analytics, that data is going to become really important to you, because once you can understand, who your buyer is, again, it's going to save you time and money in marketing those things. So that's all lists are, is when you go to set it up, you can essentially create. Here, let me see if I can share.
So what I did is I went to campaign, and then it says create email or ad. I select an email campaign, and then you have the option of doing regular or automated. If you were going to do an abandonment cart series, that's an automated campaign where it automatically sends an email to someone that abandoned their cart. And you can have it set up to where it sends it to them the first hour, and then the second one goes out 24 hours later, and then the third one goes out 48 hours. I mean, it's really up to you, but that would be an automated. This one is something that we're doing on our own, so I just did regular. Now you see here how it says sell products, make an announcement, tell a story, follow up. So Josh likes to do.
Matt, I don't think your screen's being shared right now.
Oh no. Here, let me do it. What about now?
Oh, there we go. Now it is.
Great. Okay. So Josh, you like to do one column full width or just the regular one column?
Well, so here's the thing, you guys. Remember that if people are viewing it on a desktop, you can have multiple images like sideways. If they're viewing it on mobile, it doesn't matter how you set up the columns. It's going to be single column on a mobile.
Right.
So I typically set it up that way.
And I think it's better to assume someone's going to be viewing it on mobile, yeah?
Right.
Yeah. So actually, you could do one column. It's cool. I actually like to do, I started out doing where it says sell products, and I've gotten some really, really good sales from that. But we'll do the one column here.
And remember, you guys, Mailchimp has these templates set up for a reason. They've tested these templates to make sure that like they're getting results for the purchase or for your customers and for those that are actually utilizing Mailchimp as a client. So the templates are there to be your friend, and literally they're drag and drop. So they're kind of already set up for you, and that's what I like about Mailchimp for e-commerce, is it really is user friendly for this stuff.
Super user friendly. In fact, Josh was my first teacher, and when I was brand new, man, I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and the fact that it was so easy, I could just drag and drop, man, I actually was able to create a really nice newsletter because of that. So I really like Mailchimp. They've really stepped up their game because they were losing some market share. A whole bunch of new cool email things came out, but these guys really stepped it up. They're amazing, and it's pretty affordable. So that's what I really like about it, especially when you're new. Being able to have it for free for your first 2,000 subscribers is awesome. So you see here, like first thing I do is I delete this. See, these are what the columns are right here. So what you would do here, so you see where it says logo, okay? All you would do is you would just pretty much create your logo. You see, I clicked on it, and you see right here where it says replace. You click on replace, and you just upload your logo from your computer. Now, another program I was going to tell you guys about, let me move this right here.
If you're on a Mac too, you guys, you can just drag and drop files actually onto, like over the logo, and it'll automatically upload.
Oh yeah, amazing. Josh taught me that too. So you're going to want to have Usign, guys. Usign is amazing. This is where you create your templates, your email headers. So like I could easily go in here and I can go here to header. See right there, that's an email header that I can create. But I can also create a logo. So let's say I want to create, we're going to call ourselves Jarlin Men. Or what is it, deals? Dope deals?
Dope deals.
Today?
Yeah.
All right, so dope, this is some dope ass deals. Dope deals. Boom, dope deals. And that's super ugly, guys, but we're going to go with it, okay? We're going to go with it. So, boom. That is now.
Change that background to a transparency too, Matt.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So go to background here. This is an amazing tool, guys. So now this is transparent, meaning that there's no background. Let me change this a little bit, though. We're going to do it cursive. But you see how these different fonts you guys see right here? They have a lot of fonts. So you could really create an amazing logo for super cheap. Boom.
And again, if you guys haven't, if you don't want to go through that trouble, hire somebody on Upwork or Fiverr, and just get something nice done too. If you want it to look super professional, you know, some people don't realize how important a logo actually is for your website. So,
we got here to upload, and where is it? Dope deals. Boom. Dope deals today. You guys see that?
Yep.
Very, very cool. So there's our logo. Now it's time to design the email. And so now what we want to do is bring some images in. So, or actually first we do box text. So like you see here, just box text, guys. Boom, brings in box text. You can bring in, I like to do image. You can do image card where you can bring in like an image here. Hold on one second. I'm going to share.
Why don't you just go into AliExpress, Matt, and like find a random product and actually do a couple.
Okay.
Couple of products from like, I don't know.
Okay.
Just so everyone can get a look and feel for like what the actual newsletter is going to look like.
All right, let's do that. So what store should we set up? Let's set up, we'll sell toys and kids stuff. Actually, that would be a really good niche to get into right now. If you guys are trying to think of a niche, would be like maybe like mom stuff, selling new kids clothing, baby shoes. Let's go with some baby shoes here.
Just be a little careful with like kids toys stuff, you guys, because there are some regulations in the United States that
yeah,
you got to be a little bit careful with. But for shoes and clothing and stuff like that, it's definitely available.
18,000 orders. So you can see it's a pretty popular item. So let's go ahead and we'll do this one right here. Now you guys want to make sure you have Oberlo. This right here, actually you click on this and that would add it to your store just with one click of a button. You got to make sure that you have the Oberlo. What's that thing up here called again? The desktop?
Yeah.
I forget the name for that. But you click on that. And for the image, there's a few ways to get the image, guys. What you could do is you just screenshot. So I can just do boom. And I can screenshot like this. And now I got that image. Or you can scroll down right here where the products are. And you could actually get some of these like this right here. You can just right click and then you can save image. And I can do baby shoes. Okay, perfect. So I got some baby shoes there. Okay, we'll get some, there's some brown ones here. We'll save this as baby shoes 2. So we're just doing this for speed purposes, guys, but normally I would get a whole bunch of other products, but we'll just count these as all individual products, different products, okay, just for time's sake. Okay, these pink ones, okay, perfect. And this will be it. 4. Boom. Great. So now what we do is we go back here to the campaign builder, and now what we want to do is actually bring those items into the store. Now Josh taught me this right here. I want to have it nice and big, so we'll do brand. We'll say brand new baby shoe collection. And what we can do is double click this. I like to always center it. We can increase the font, the size of the font here to where it's really nice and big. So it looks really nice. You see right here where it's color, this color right here. So you go here to style. Now you notice this is the background color right here. So you click on that and you want to make it nice and bright. So here, we'll do that. Nice, big, bright red color. Brand new baby shoes collection. Okay. Now I'm going to pause my screen. And right now what I'm doing is I'm going to pull in these images, guys. So let me go and find the images. We'll type in baby shoes. There we go. So you see right here, I went and I inputted those baby shoes, okay? Now you see the baby shoes on the screen. Actually, can you resume? All right, here we go. So I pulled in the baby shoes, okay? That's just one item. Now we click down here. I like to have the caption because now what you can do is you can put like something good about these shoes. So you can find out like, all right, what is it? Suede leather, pseudo suede leather. So we'll put in here pseudo suede leather. Baby's best friend. Get your baby cute. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up. Get your baby cute. Now, 50% off. And then put like limited time offer. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to make sure, so what I like to do here, let's just say this is the website right here, right? But normally what you would actually do here is you got the product in here, you go to products, and then you're going to get the actual link to your product page. And you're going to, you see right here where it says link, you want to put the link right here. So you paste it, you insert it. So now if someone clicks on the actual picture of the shoes, it will take them to the shop, okay? Now you see right here where it says style. We want to make sure that now we change that background we'll say, we'll do that, right? And now you want to go ahead and put a button right here. Okay, buttons are really important because that's going to take them into the shop. So you can say use discount here. And you're going to insert the link as well. So you have the link here, you have the link on the picture as well. Now we want to change, see how you see a common theme here, guys, where I go to style. Style changes the color. Okay, now you can do size. You can make the button bigger if you want. See here. You can make it full. Boom. So you guys see how that works now? Josh, is there anything you want to add?
No, so far so good.
Okay, great. So now let's see, I think we got a question. Can you use your own brand design on your campaign? Have the customers relate your brand in different campaigns?
Can you use your own brand design on your campaign? Hey, Richard, can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
In fact, we could bring Richard on the mic too if.
I want to check something real quick here. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Richard.
Okay, is to keep the customer relating your brand to any campaign, any newsletter. So when they see that brand, even on Facebook or Google, they're like, oh, I remember this. I recognize this. And they can, continue on. It's like Starbucks. Everybody recognizes Starbucks. Everybody recognizes JCPenney.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Richard, this is a big reason as well why when I talk about like getting a logo professionally made that is recognizable by your brand, especially for long-term branding, that brand is going to be, you want them to see it on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your newsletter, on your packaging. If you're doing like print on demand, you're going to put that logo on your packaging. So essentially, yes, it's very much when it comes to branding and recognizability for your company and your brand, you start thinking about things like that because you do want that as your header image, not just type that says, we just kind of did a quick logo just to represent like if this was our particular brand. But Matt and I have our logos everywhere when it comes to our product for our two main businesses. So when that newsletter goes out, like we put the brand name in the header. When they first open up the email, it's got our logo right there. It's got our logo on our receipts. It's got our logo, everywhere that we can put it, because it does become, you start to build a following around your brand. And that's ultimately the goal in a business like this, is you're creating essentially a brand new company that you want to have that brand recognition over time. So even on some of these images, if you take the extra time to even put a little logo with the image, that's also going to help. Does that kind of answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, Josh. Cool. So what I did here, guys, so the first one that I did up here, this was just image and a card. So you notice it's just one image, okay? Now, if you want to change the image, guys, you might actually want to. You see right here where it says edit. You may want to make this a little bit smaller. So I like to go 500 by 500, or you could do 600 by 600.
Yeah, and the reason for that, you guys, is because you want, just like your website, it's really important that it opens fast and the speed of your website is fast, because they've proven that, especially nowadays, like people don't like sites that lag. It's the same thing with email marketing. If you upload these massive photo files, your email is going to load slow. And so we're trying to avoid that. So making your images, 500 by 500 is going to make your email open a lot faster. So that's just something to kind of get in the habit of as well. The other thing that Matt's showing you guys is once you set this up one time properly, the great thing is it becomes a template. So next time you send out a newsletter, you can literally just switch out the image, switch out the link, and you've got a brand new newsletter. So take the time to set it up right the first time. That way when you go to send another newsletter, it's really simple because you just drag and drop to switch out the images, put the new links in, and you've got a brand new newsletter to go out.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a little bit of work at first, but then once you set it up, you could just pretty much change it out very, very easily. So if you see here, I went in and I put these 2 new images in. So here's what I did. You see right here where it says image plus caption? I just drug that over here. Okay, that's all I did. And then when you go into here, see where it says settings? So these 3 things you can kind of toggle through. I changed the number of images to 2. Okay. And now the captions I keep on the bottom. And then here's the content, all right? So what you can do here where it says caption 1, caption 2, all right? So you just basically erase it, put in whatever you want. You can put and I'm just gonna make something up, brand new design. You can do a size 0 through 5. Shoot. 0 through 5 available. 50% off sale, right? And then you can go here to caption 2, and then you just do the same thing. You can put your baby was ugly, now he's cute. Super awesome. Okay. Now, another thing you can do here is you see right here where it says you highlight this. I like to do right in the middle here, okay? You can go in here, you can change the color. So you can make that red, whatever you want to do. You can make it black, you can make it gray. Click here. I always like to center it. And then we can do red, boom. So you see that. So you guys can play, you guys can play around with it. Remember, there's, see this 900 by 900, guys? Make sure that you change that. Because it might be a little bit too big. Okay, there we go. And we go here to this other one. We'll just leave it for now. All right, now another thing you can do, guys, remember, you go here to the link, okay? Remember, you gotta go to your site, you go to products, and then you go and copy the link to your page, and then you have to put it, definitely wanna put it in for the pictures, because people click on pictures, so you wanna make sure it takes them to the right link. So you here, insert the link there. Another thing you can do is you can say get them here, right? And you could highlight it, and now you click, see this right here? This thing right here, you click that, you insert it, and now that will actually take them to the product page as well. As many links as you can possibly insert, you want to make sure that it's inserted. You want your customer knowing, or make it so easy for them to be able to purchase this item, okay? And you do that here for this other one as well. So you go to caption 1, get them here, click it, get the link, paste it, insert it, save it. Now you get a button, put the button here, use discount. Now we're gonna create a discount, and I'll show you how to do that as well. Unless, Josh, you wanna show them, but remember, you go to style.
Yeah, do you want me to show them right now?
That would be great.
Perfect. All right.
I don't know what happened there.
All right, can you see my screen, Matt?
No, I can't.
Will you hit stop share on yours real quick?
Yep.
Can you see it now?
Stop share. Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay. All right, you guys. So inside of your Shopify store on this left-hand side, you've got this discount tab. And again, you can come in here. You can create all sorts of discounts. It's really, really simple. So let's say that you're doing an email marketing campaign. And again, with email marketing, you guys, I don't always necessarily offer a discount, and I'm going to actually go over some different types of emails that you have available to you to send out. But if it is a retail email, and let's say there's a progression to how you want to actually market to your customers, okay? So let's say that you've got your advertising running and you're pulling people into the store. And let's say they make it all the way to their cart, but they don't check out, and they're going to get hit with an abandoned cart email. Okay, that abandoned cart email is going to offer them, say, a 10% discount to close that deal. Okay, so if you offer them a 10% discount in your email newsletter, it's probably not going to be as attractive because they've already been offered that discount, right? So the most that I typically go up to on a newsletter is 20 to 25%. So let's say that you've got, since we've got Dope Deals is the name of our site, Dope Deals 20, and let's say that you can actually do a percentage, a fixed amount, or offer free shipping. So in this newsletter, we're going to do a 20% discount. So as you guys can see, this you can choose to put it on the entire order. If it's just a specific collection on your website, you can offer it just on that. So like, let's say that you were promoting, say, swimwear, and you wanted this discount just to be on swimwear and not the rest of your store. You can set it up that way. You can make it to where there's a minimum purchase amount. So they get 20% off, but they have to spend at least $50. So these are all different things that you want to think about when offering discounts in your newsletters. Make it fun, make it new during the newsletters, switch it up, test and figure out for your group, what are they more attracted to? Are they more attracted to big discounts? Are they more attracted to free shipping? Over time, that you're going to start to learn this about your customer base. So you can also limit it to one use only, to where they can't continue to come back in and use that discount. You can limit it to a number of times in total. So if you're running a big sale, you could say, hey, 20% off to the next 100 customers only, and you can limit that discount to just 100 people. So these are all tools that you can utilize to create that urgency for people to come in and pull the trigger on using that discount. Okay, so you set that up. This is going to be the discount code, so you would actually save that discount code, and then inside of the email that Matt's creating, you would say, make sure that you use this code to get 20% off. Yeah,
absolutely. Cool. Absolutely. Let me see here.
Now, I'm going to hand you back the screen in just a second, but I'm going to go over this while you're wrapping that up, you guys. Here's the different types of emails, you guys, that you have available to use across the board. So there's a lot of different types of email campaigns as a company that you have the availability to run. You've got informational emails, which basically talks about like the latest content, announcements. You can offer coupons. We always, you guys, have a call to action, right? Which is a link or driving your customer somewhere, whether it's to a blog post, whether it's to a product. You're always basically telling the customer where they need to go, right? So you got to think reverse when it comes to marketing of a customer's journey and how you're actually taking them through the process of purchasing, right? Learning about your company, becoming familiar with your brand, right? They want people like to follow stuff. They like to be a part of something. So if they're gonna wear your product or they're gonna use your product, let's say you're selling paddle boards, right? You want them to basically talk about your product, go out and use it, take photos on it, right? So, but they also become a part of your story, and that's part of email marketing, you guys, is storyboard marketing, right? You're involving these customers in what your company's about, what the brand's about. So product updates. If you've got a brand new feature on one of your products, you can do brief descriptions and highlights with big, clear headlines that talk about your products, right? You can treat newsletters like a digital magazine where you promote new blog posts and new information, utilizing blog posts, you guys, as like a pre-sale letter to your products. So there's smart ways to actually utilize these blog posts to actually get sales from them. Company news. And again, we're using a lot of visuals in these newsletters, you guys. So great imagery. Make sure that your images aren't blurry, but it's visually appealing to someone scrolling through that email. You've got event announcement emails, like if your company has a big event coming up. Let's say that you're a sports apparel company and there's a big CrossFit event going on in town and you want to actually go there and promote your brand. You can say, hey, this is our apparel company. We're going to be at this event. So you have that available to you as well. You've got a dedicated send emails, which is basically your segmented group sequence. So let's say that you've got, you want to send an email out to anyone who's purchased more than $100 from your site over time. You can do that. You can segment emails for like your top purchasers. You can target emails to individuals who have come into your site and bought more than once, right? Those are the types of things. Maybe you want to send a customer appreciation email out to anyone who's actually been a multi-purchaser on your site, okay? So these are segmented groups, how you can actually send an email and say, hey, we love that you support our brand. You've purchased from us multiple times. Here's a special discount for you because you're a VIP customer, right? So that would be like a dedicated email send. You've got co-marketing emails. So Matt and I are great at this. We connect with a lot of different companies and a lot of individuals that are doing different things in the marketplace, and we connect and say, hey, how can we cross promote? Like, we'll promote one of your guys' products, you promote one of ours. What it does, you guys, is you start to pull in from each other's email lists. So if there's other companies in the marketplace that you can cross promote with, they're going to benefit from it because they'll pull in people into their business. And you don't necessarily need to be competing, but if there's companies that aren't competition but fuse well with your company, there's great ways to cross promote where you're both benefiting from that, right? And then these are like the main emails that you're initially going to want to set up for your business, like confirmation emails, right? Making sure that when somebody purchases from your site, the actual confirmation email that they're getting is relevant, right? Making sure that it says, hey, here's our delivery time and thank you for your purchase. And, setting up these types of emails to where when someone purchases, they get a confirmation email. If somebody abandons their cart, they get an abandonment cart sequence. If somebody completes a purchase, there's a thank you email, and then there's a welcome email. And Matt, how are you utilizing welcome emails exactly?
Well, I know that they purchase, yes. So I set up an automatic campaign to where there's discounts set up, and
it's kind of like an abandonment cart, but they never actually made it to the cart, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they've made it to your site, or it could just be that you've collected their email some way, through different avenues, and you're just sending them a hey, welcome to our company type email.
Exactly. It says, welcome to the family. We appreciate having you. And I offer them a discount where it's like, say, 15, 20% off. And I let them know that it expires in 30 days.
Yeah.
And I actually provide them with something for free. I gave them a free ebook. And there's a link to it in that. So I provide them value. In the actual ebook, though, there's products that link to the site as well. But the main thing is that there is a discount code with an expiration date on it. And so, like, let's say, the next 7 days later, it lets them know that the expiration code is going to be expiring in 3 weeks. And then, the very last email ends with, hey, this is your last chance to take advantage of the 20% off discount code. So,
right.
And in the middle, there's one that has a video, and it actually is an instructional video that actually, teaches them, let's say if it's toys, it's, it would be a video on best ways to keep your kid busy when you're doing grown-up stuff, or something like that, So in the middle, it provides value, because you don't want to just do sell, buy. People will unsubscribe, or they'll not pay attention to your emails anymore. But if you're mixing it up and sending them some emails where it has value to them, then they'll actually be looking forward to your emails,
Right.
So
now, talking about the discount sequence to you guys that I was talking about, there's a progression to the way that you want to do these discounts, and there's a reason why. And I think when I taught this to Matt, there was like a big light bulb moment that was like, oh, okay. Because a lot of people do this backwards, right? They try to offer up the big discount up front, and what they don't realize is it kind of shoots you in the foot for the smaller discounts, because then people are expecting always to have a big discount. So what I do is like a 10% discount is great for retargeting. Like if you're using Retarget app on Shopify, which is what we utilize for our stores, it auto sets up retargeting ads for you. We offer a 10% discount in those messages to customers on Facebook. We offer like a 15% social media promotion. So if we're marketing something, say on Instagram, or if we have auto posts for images that are going up on Instagram, we'll say, hey, use code INSTA15 to get 15% off today. And so the reason, you guys, why we segment these discounts in a way of like using Insta is because we want to know if somebody comes into our store and uses a discount, we like to know where it came from, right? So if it says Insta 15 off, we know instantly, okay, someone found this discount on Instagram, because you start to realize like where your discounts are coming from and how they're actually working for you. So just remember that, because that's an important tool. And then what you're doing with the newsletter is you're pulling in anyone who was almost about to purchase but just needed that little bit of extra discount, and you make it like a flash sale. So they've seen your company already 2 or 3 times, and then they get a newsletter with a 20% off discount. Now, the one thing I want you guys to remember, this is key, make sure your profit margins are high enough to cover the 20% discount always. Now, why do I say that? You guys, this is important because I always, and this is kind of what I've taught Matt too, when you set up your pricing for a product, let's say a product costs you $15, you always want to assume that the only time a customer is going to buy is if they use a 20% discount. Because if you do that mentally, then you're always prepared for 20% off of a deal, right? So if you're promoting a $15 product, that's your cost. Now, let's say that you price that product at $25. Now, if somebody uses a 20% discount on a $25 product, minus 25%, right? That's $5 off. So that product ends up being $20. So if the cost was initially 15, you guys, you're only leaving yourself with a $5 profit, okay? That does not leave you with much room to advertise. So if you're advertising this product, you're gonna lose money, okay? So this is why it's so important to value your products properly. If you've got a $15 product, I'm at least selling a $15 product at $29.95 plus a shipping fee. Okay, so if that was the case, that way, if they didn't buy it in the ad, right? But then we can hit them with retargeting, and let's say that they didn't do retargeting, but you collected their email somehow. Then they come into the email and they get 20% off. of a $29.95 plus, let's say, a $4.95 shipping. So you've got $35 that you're playing with, and even if they get 20% off of that, which would be $7, you're still left with $28 rather than, you know, a $5 profit margin. So you'd be looking at a $13 profit. So just keep that in mind when you're setting up your newsletters and your discounts and everything, that you want to take into account that people are going to use these discounts, and you want to leave enough profit margin for yourself. So.
Yes, very important. I mean, me personally, I like to go for at least $30, $40 profit margin.
Yeah. And again, Matt and I we're doing a ton of print on demand stuff. And we're going to be doing some more teaching on print on demand, because honestly, I love it. Like when you can, I have some design background though, you guys. So like I'm designing a lot of our stuff. But the thing is you don't have to. Like if you've got a little bit of money to actually hire designers to do some of this stuff for you, the beautiful thing, like I've always said with print on demand, is it's your product. No one else has it. You can set the price because of that. And you also have the ability to have a store running on autopilot, not dealing with AliExpress and all this other stuff. Now, I definitely utilize AliExpress products to pull people into the store for lower priced items and get them excited about the brand. But we utilize print on demand for much higher profit margins with our own designs. So just something, again, to be thinking about.
Absolutely. And Josh, I just took over the screen real quick.
Perfect.
So I just want to show real quick what I do in Useline. So we're going to be finishing up that newsletter real quick. So I just wanted to show you guys this. So it's just a random picture, guys, but what we're going to do, since Josh set up our Dope Deals discounts, let's see, what did he use? He used Dope Deals 20. Okay. So this is an amazing program here, guys. So what we can do now, here's our shoes. Okay, I went to uploads and I uploaded the shoes right here. Okay, I changed it to 600 by 600. What I can do here is I can go here to like graphics and go here to shapes. Okay, and bring in this box right here. Now this is super, super cool. And Josh actually showed me this since he has a background in design, right? So what you do here is you go here to, I might actually have to figure opacity. Aha, there it is. A little opacity. Look at that, guys. So you can like change it just a tad. Go here to text, and we can do something like, we'll do a header. We'll go up here. We'll go.
And you guys, you can also do this in Canva. So we both like Useline just because it's really simple to design on, and you can set your custom sizing and your DPI. So it gives you a little bit more Photoshop capabilities. But Canva.com is free as well, and you can do a lot of this stuff in Canva. So I just put a link to that as well in the chat box for you guys. Let's see.
Yeah, I go this way. Boom. Now, if you want, you can go up here. You can change the font. We can change it to New Times Roman. We could go here. We can change the color to red. We can actually expand this. Boom, there we go. I just put something really quick together. Now what we want to do is we save it, and we'll call it Dope Deals Email Newsletter. Boom. Okay. Now we go back here to the collection. Let me pause my share real quick while I get this in here. Now I'm uploading the picture, guys. Here we go. Dope Deals Newsletter. Boom. Okay, great. Let me resume share. All right, perfect. All right, so what I did was I just dragged the image here, okay, and then I just uploaded it. Now you can see here how it says 15% off sale, code dope deal. So I just put that together, guys, you know, really, really fast, but you probably want to put like a different background so it's a little bit different color. And then you can put way more products in here, and Josh taught me this. You could just press, see right here, you just do that. So then it just copies it pretty much, and then you just drag it right here, and boom, I'll erase this one. And then you just add more products. So you just do this little plus sign right here, and all it does is it duplicates it, and then all you have to do is just click replace, and that'll replace more of different products, okay? And then in closing, what you do is you make sure that you have links to your social media. All you'll have to do is just add the name of your site. So dope deals today. You save that / dope deals today. And what I like to do is do like a call to action, as Josh said. So I like put it here, and you can put follow us on social media for promotions and success stories. And then we put it in the middle, put the size, boom. And we got this here. I like to do this, guys. You can go here to layout. You can change it to where it's bigger. You can do it that way. Do whatever you choose. And then you got to make sure that you have a footer. Okay. And this is where you're going to let people unsubscribe. Okay. If they don't want to be signed up to your newsletter, you don't want them on there, because remember, once you hit 2,000, you start paying. So why would you want 2,000 people that don't want to be on it, right? So we can do dope deals today, all rights reserved.
That would be like our support email. And one thing too, you guys, is notice that it says like you can update your preferences or unsubscribe from this list. Don't hide this, all right? In fact, you want to highlight it. Make it easy for people that want to unsubscribe from your list, because here's the thing. The more emails that you have, the more that your email marketing costs you, right? So the thing is that if people aren't wanting to be on your list, it's okay. Like, get them off. In fact, you want to build a list of purchasers. So don't worry about, the fact that people are going to unsubscribe from your list. It's totally fine, right? So, but over time, what you're going to have is the people that don't unsubscribe, that like your content, that follow your brand. Those become your best people, because they're the ones posting images on social media. They're the ones that are interacting with your brand and following you and making multiple purchases. So don't worry about that. Make it very easy for people to unsubscribe. And again, this is just going to ultimately lessen your frustration over time and basically make your brand stand out. And I think it's something that some people do wrong, is they make it really hard for people to unsubscribe from stuff. And that kind of stuff annoys me. I'm sure it annoys other people. So make it apparent on how to do that, because again, you don't want them there anyway. You want people that actually follow your brand.
Exactly. Very, very true. Now, once you're done, you're done. But here's something very, very important. See, you want to make sure, guys, that you have all the correct links in here. You got to make sure that this has a link, this has a link, the picture has a link, and that it looks good. So what you do here is you see preview and test. You go to send a test email. You put in your email, and then you make sure that all the links are correct. I cannot tell you guys how important that is, because we've had it to where we didn't, it wasn't right. And
I sent one out 2 weeks ago that was a disaster, and Matt was like, what happened? So just realize, you guys, we also all make mistakes. We're human. Like, I sent out an email that like a couple of the links were going to totally random places on the site. All we did was fix it and we resent it. So
Exactly.
ultimately, like, realize that, like, don't be afraid of this stuff. Like, don't be intimidated by it, but realize that this is going to account for a lot of your income. So getting used to doing this on a weekly basis is absolutely huge.
Sure is.
And understanding that, like, once you send out an email, in fact, Matt, we should probably, once we're done with this, just kind of cover segmentation really quick to teach them.
Yeah, I'm going to do that right now, actually.
Yeah.
So I just saved it, guy. I just saved it. And let's see here. So if you look where it says to add recipients, I don't know if could I do it? I don't think
we don't have a list set up in there yet. So
yeah.
You can't add recipients, but you should be able to. The one thing that I want people to realize is the subject line and why it's so important. Your subject line, you guys, is basically what your customer sees right away on their email. And then you also have a preview text. So there's always two lines in an email that you guys will notice. There's the bold header line, and then also the little message underneath it. Utilizing both in the proper way is going to increase your opt-in rates. And so that's something also that you want to test over time, is what kind of language is getting the most opens for you and your business. Typically, and there's a lot of studies behind this too, and so we'll be covering more and more over time, like exactly what kind of headlines and things are working, not only for us but other students. And we'd love to get your feedback on that too, once you guys start to send stuff out and finding like what is working for you, because that can also help other students as well. But ultimately, you can even use emojis in the proper way to actually make your headline stand out in an email. And that's what that little face right there is you can use these emojis to catch people's attention. So when they're scrolling through their email, your email really stands out and gets them to ultimately click. So
you could put like a can't. You can say something like can't. Something like that, right?
Yeah, you got that, or you could even say like 2-day super sale special event. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Go find your competitors, like we've taught you. Subscribe to their email list. See what they're doing. And then take what you like and what you don't like and make a better newsletter. Okay, that is essentially what I've done over the years to perfect my email marketing. I subscribe to some of the top people in the industries. I subscribe to some of the top brands. And obviously, we've all bought stuff over time, and we've all bought more stuff online nowadays. So what is it that's making you buy that? What do you like about their headlines? Is it their imagery? Is it the layout? Pay attention to these things and ultimately recreate them, because there's a reason why top companies are doing what they're doing. They have teams of analytic people that are looking at this data saying, okay, this is what we did here and this is what we did here, and here was our open rate and here was our conversion rate. So they're constantly looking at the analytics and the data and making adjustments off of that. So most of these major companies have it down to a science for what's working in the realm of email marketing for e-commerce. Pay attention to that, duplicate it, follow success. So
yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I did it. Now, here I want to show you guys. It says right here, all subscriber. I'm going to show you how to do it. So, group or new segment. Okay, you see group or new segment. Okay, now what you want to do is go here. I like to do all. They have to match these conditions. So you could do, this is a good one. When you're sending out a newsletter, say on Wednesday or Friday, and it's, you've already sent it out, so it's going to be a resend. You go to campaign activity, and then you do did not open, and then you can choose the campaign. So we'll just do, you can do the last 3 campaigns, the last 2 campaigns, whatever. And it will send them to people that did not open. All right. Now you could say do that, and you can add something else. You could say, you know, date was after. So let's say that we're going to be sending it to someone that's purchased but has not been to your store in a few months. Okay. So we can do orders.
You could do the date and do it date added is before as well. So
yeah, so we'll do like orders is greater than 1, greater than 0. Okay, so that means that they've actually purchased something, and they said date added is before is after, and then you could just choose the date. So, you know, like 4 months ago, or you could put date is after, and then you add another one, which is date is before. So it's basically like, okay, let's say, what is it right now? It's April. So let's say we want to target people that bought stuff between November and February. We could say date is after November 1st, 2017, and date is before 02/30/2018, and you update the recipient count, and it'll only send out an email to those buyers in that 5-month period. So that would be people that have bought, but they haven't been back to your store in a while. So there's so many things that you could do with this.
Show them real quick how to send to a non-clickers or non-openers from the previous campaign.
You go here to campaign activity, and then did not open, and then you can choose it.
Yeah, so you choose your campaign, you guys. Like the last campaign that you sent, you're choosing basically saying that for that campaign, the customer did not open that email. So this is how Matt and I took one email over the last 7 days, right? We sent it on a Monday, okay? And initially that it was a newsletter just like we showed you guys today. Had our top new products in it that we were promoting, had a 20% discount code. Okay, we sent it on a Monday. That initial Monday, I think that email did $1,500 between that Monday and that Tuesday. And okay. On Wednesday, we came in Wednesday morning, we resent that same exact email to the same list, but to anyone who did not open it on Monday and Tuesday. Okay, so basically they just scrolled by it. They didn't even look at it. That second send made us about another $1,000. Okay, so same email, same group of people. So now that email was at, say, $2,400 by Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday rolls around. We resend an email. We change in the headline of the actual sale, the subject line saying final day of the sale, or you can say only 2 days left of the sale. Okay, so same email, same group of people, non-openers, final sale. And of that last send, as you guys saw, the total that we brought in 7 days, I think was $3,400, $3,500, okay, from one email. And that's how we did it, is we're maximizing the entire email because we keep resending it every 2 days to people that didn't open it already. So the reason why that works so well, you're not overwhelming people by sending it to all the people that already got it and opened it and didn't do anything with it. You're actually avoiding those people and just resending it to the same group of people, but to those that never actually opened it. So they may not have even ever seen it. They just scrolled by it. And that's how we're literally hitting the maximum amount of people that we possibly can. And then, on Saturday, you could resend it to the whole group again and just send it to people that didn't click on anything. So that's another option as well, just to kind of utilize that whole list again and to re-pull people back in for like the final day of the sale. Yeah. So that's email segmentation, you guys, and it's why it works so well. Is you can do different types of grouping of emails and essentially maximize those emails that you're sending out. And then on Monday, you would start over with like a brand new newsletter, you know, maybe a different discount, a different grouping of products. And over time, because your email list should be growing in the background, if you're utilizing tools like Wheelio and running ads and collecting emails constantly from people that are purchasing, that's going to continue to grow. And you just continue to pull those people back into your business through newsletters. And, you know, they then become purchasers, and then they get your product. And as long as you're following that process, your email list is going to grow and grow and grow. And your sales over time are going to get larger and larger and larger, which just allows you to then take that money, put more money into advertising, and continue to grow your business and following even larger.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very good points. Now, real quickly, I want to show you guys abandoned cart. So what I did a little differently, guys, was I went to automated instead. And you'll see section there that says abandoned carts, okay? And then it'll say single email or email series. So I selected email series. So now we have 3 different triggers here. So you can see here, the first trigger is 1 hour after subscribers abandon a cart from your store. So they'll get an email 1 hour after, okay? Now I like to do to where it's striking when the iron's hot. So I like to go then 8 hours after, but it's pretty much up to you. And then I do 24 hours.
I do 1 hour on our main shop.
Yeah.
From the first time, because here's the thing, you guys, people get busy. So literally someone could be about to check out and their little kid comes up to them and starts having a conversation with them. And all of a sudden they get pulled away from their phone or their computer. They completely forget that they were going to check out. You know, people get busy. So I like that first email to go out pretty much within 1 to 2 hours,
right? Saying,
hey, you left something in your cart, you know? And that's essentially, Matt's actually tackled this on Mailchimp just because that way you're not spending extra money like on an app like Conversio to actually get this done.
Exactly. It's just saving money. So yeah, look, I do 1 hour after, and then 8 hours after, and then 24 hours after. And then you just go in here and you design the email. You want to make the first email, guys, so the email subject is, you can just say, I like to use scarce, or what's that word called? Like hurry up. So
scarcity.
Yeah. So the first email, hey, your item's almost, or you can say, hey, did you forget something? But don't offer a discount on the first email. Okay, it's just, hey, did you forget something? Put a little picture that says, hey, forgot something, add it to your cart, right? Then the next one, do a template here. I like to use this one, guys. You see right here? Abandoned cart, and you can actually recommend other products.
Yeah, that's smart. That's really smart.
And that's essentially what Conversio did, was it upsold to other products, but now you could choose the products on here, which I really, really like. And oh, by the way, you go here, guys, go to settings. You can change it to where I like doing this layout better here. So you put your logo, it'll say, you know, just say something like,
hey, the items in your cart miss you.
Right.
You know, you guys have fun with these emails. Like create that engagement with your customer. Put an exclamation though instead of a question, Matty.
Oh yeah. They are lonely.
They are lonely, and we can only reserve them for the next, you know, whatever.
So that's just something real quick.
Yeah.
And it takes them right to their checkout. And then real quickly on the second one, this is where we're going to offer them a discount. And I'll show you the one that actually works really well for me for the subject line. It says, hurry,
While Matt's filling this in, is everyone following along? Do you guys have any questions so far? I think most of this is pretty self-explanatory, and it's going to make more sense as you guys actually get in and start to do this for your own shop. And again, Matt and I are I'm gonna post this video in the course today. Like, we should have it up and ready for you guys, so you can just replay this and essentially just start to follow it and get everything basically done for your store, because most of this is a one-time setup, you guys. And with your newsletters, again, once you set up your main one, you can continue to use it as a template. So don't be overwhelmed by this. It's just part of this business, and once you get it set up, it's going to make you money. So ultimately, just knock it out. You might have to sit down and really spend some time going through it to get everything set up, but especially the abandonment cart emails, Matt and I know from testing, this brings in a lot of sales. We know that email newsletters bring in a good 30 to 40% of our profits. So definitely set this up.
Absolutely. Very, very important to make sure that you set this up, and then you just go and you create that discount. And that's how you're going to know where the sales came in from, because if you see a discount code cart 15, you know that you received abandoned cart sale. And this is the actual products that they left in their cart. This will return them to their checkout. And then down here, you have items, and you can actually choose the items. You just bring in the pictures of what you're going to go ahead and bring in, and you may get some upsells as well. All right, so that's that right there. I think Richard has a question. Perfect. Great. Cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for that. I just wanted to go over that real quickly, guys. Josh, do you have anything else to add? I mean, there's so much else. We can't really cover it. We've already gone an hour and 41 minutes.
That's all good. I knew today was going to be a longer training. I just wanted to make sure that everyone really had these tools, you guys, because email marketing is absolutely just huge. So we covered a lot of really great stuff today. Send emails, target audiences, how to have fun. Perfect. We covered Recart, which is the app, you guys, for doing the Facebook Messenger retargeting, which is absolutely huge. There was, I think we pretty much, Matt, kind of covered as much as we can today as far as Mailchimp and setting this stuff up, you guys. So again, thank you guys for spending the time with us on a Sunday. We're really, really excited with what's happening, with Shopify in general, you guys, with e-commerce. You guys really are still in just such a prime time for building an online business. We've got a lot of things that Matt and I are going to bring you guys over the next couple of weeks, especially with setting up your shop to be able to be sold, like sell stuff on Google. Again, this is something that very few people know about, or not necessarily know about, but it is kind of somewhat of a task to get it set up properly. So I think fewer people are utilizing it, but Matt and I know from experience that Google owns YouTube. And so once your shop is set up basically and optimized for Google, you have the ability to run YouTube ads and run, Google shopping ads and things that most people in this space are not doing. A lot of people try Facebook, and because of the amount of time you have to spend in the first 30 to 60 days to start to get your pixel warm and start to find your audiences, you're going to spend some money doing that initially. So ultimately, we found that at least with Google, when you start to advertise on that platform, you're dealing with people that have buyer intent. Whereas Facebook, you're kind of blind marketing to targeted niche specific passions, which works very well. They're just both two very different worlds. So hopefully today's training really covered with you guys a lot of the email marketing sequence. However, there's still a lot that we're going to be covering as far as email marketing goes, because Matt and I have a lot of different tactics that we use in sending out these emails. So we'll definitely cover more and more of that with you guys. So before we head out, does anyone have any questions that they want covered, or Matt, is there anything else that you can think about that you want to cover today?
No, actually, the way that I learned this, besides doing it, was I did a little bit of research. You could go to Google and you can type in, abandonment cart email sequence, and you can find a lot of ideas. There's some really good articles that Shopify published, and they actually include the email sequences. You know how Josh talked about, going subscribing to some of the most popular and biggest brands. And that's actually really, really important because, that's what I did. I went and found my number one competitors, the biggest brands in the space, right? So like I'd say, Toys R Us went out of business, but if I was selling Toys R Us, go subscribe to their email list, go to their thing, their website, add some products to my cart, and then abandon the cart and see if I get emails from these companies, and whatever their emails are, you can take that. And so Shopify has some really good articles, and they include the actual email sequences. So you can just basically mimic those email sequences, and it'll teach you like what to say. It'll teach you the targeting. It'll teach you the subject lines. They also have examples of post-purchase emails. So go and do some research. It's like network marketing or any type of business. You got to study it. You got to become a student of the industry and go and learn it. Go study marketing and do personal development pretty much, and go and educate yourself. So you do that on top of
if you guys find
academy,
Exactly. And if you guys find like an email marketing campaign that you absolutely love, don't be afraid to post it in the private group with the other students and say, hey, I found this campaign. I think it's laid out really well. Because again, you guys, we're working like an ecosystem with this private group. So we've got about 30 students in the group right now. And ultimately, like the more that you guys can interact in that page and actually say, hey, I found this or found this, you don't have to necessarily give away your niche. You don't have to tell people what you're doing. But the ways that, and ask questions on there too, because if there's questions that you're having regarding certain things, and you ask it on the page and we answer it on the page, most likely there's going to be other students that have similar questions. So definitely make sure you guys are interacting on that page. Again, we've got just a lot of updates coming with the course too. So definitely keep your eyes open for the changes, and we'll constantly announce to you guys the new videos that we have coming out for the course as well. So I think that's it, Matt.
That is it. Thank you guys so much. Next Sunday or Monday?
It just depends. Ultimately you guys, so just so everyone's aware, like, I fully moved out to Florida. Actually, I just unpacked. Look at all these boxes over here. So, Matt and I, first of all, sorry you guys that we haven't done a live training the last 2 weeks, but things have been kind of crazy. Matt and I actually have acquired another business. We're actually working on a third company right now that we're talking to. There's a lot of things that we're doing, but there's a lot of information and things that we're learning in the process that we're going to bring to you guys to actually help you guys build better businesses. So just know that the course has a ton of info in it, so make sure that you guys get through that, but there's a lot more coming. And so that's what we're excited about is there's just so much awesome stuff that's happening in this industry, and really nobody's late to the game. And that's the best part about it, is there's so many different niches that you can get into, so many things that you can do with print on demand and creating your own, products and brands. And so that's what we're excited about. And yeah, we'll get these videos up in the training this afternoon. And aside from that, hopefully you guys have a stellar Sunday.
That's right. Thank you guys so much. We will see you guys next week, where we'll be teaching Google Shopping.
Awesome. Take care, guys.
Bye.